Right, so we're learning Ibibio.
Learning Ibibio today. I wish you spoke it more at home with Jeanette and I.
Well,
I think you need to get better at that.
the reason why I don't is because I don't want to confuse Jeanette. But, you know, I asked Lily about this when I picked her up last week. Mm-hmm. Like, how many languages can a toddler retain? And she said they can retain up to 5.
Yeah. As long as they're spoken to them all the time. Like, it happens all the time with Hispanic students. They all, most of them speak English and Spanish. Drew is a good example. He speaks English and Spanish. My students from Laos speak Hmong, and I think it is a Hmong that they speak, and English. You know, students from the Philippines speak, I can't remember what it's called, but so many of my students that come from outside of the United States, whose families come from outside the United States and immigrate here,
Right.
most of them can speak 2 languages.
So I grew up speaking 3 languages. English, the Ibibio language was spoken at home, and Yoruba, because I was born in Lagos. So Yoruba is the primary, sort of like the local street language that you would speak, but English is always the common national language.
Right.
So I grew up essentially trilingual.
Yeah.
And that's really helped me out a lot.
How close is Ibibio to, what is it? I'm sorry, you just said it.
Yoruba. So Ibibio is the language of the Akwa Ibom people, where I'm from. So that's my lineage. And it's in southeastern Nigeria. Whereas Yoruba is the indigenous language of the Yorubas in the southwestern part of Nigeria where I was born. But originally my parents are from Akwa Ibom State, in the southeastern part of Nigeria. But I was born in the city of Lagos, grew up in Lagos, ended up speaking 3 languages.
Yeah.
So you're right, I should, and I think I'm gonna start speaking Ibibio to Jeanette to at least get her to understand like the basics, the come, the goes, the sit, the stand.
Yeah.
Things like that. That's what I should, but
you can even, like, if I'm saying something to her, repeat it in Ibibio. Like, say what I say in Ibibio. Or you can say it both. Like, you can say, Jeanette, stop, and then say stop in Ibibio. You can use both. But if you don't, the longer you wait, the harder it's going to be for Jeanette to learn it. And I know how important it is. Especially with our plans to travel to Nigeria more, and I would love for her to be able to communicate with everybody in Ibibio when we go. Especially like your mom. Like, I think it would mean a lot to your mom.
About to set the place on fire.
You can cut this like a rogue here.
Right. So you're also interested in learning the language, right?
I would like to know the basics, especially, like I said, with our plans to go to Nigeria. I would like to know, hello, how are you? Like, you know, I would like to have at least a basic conversation.
Right.
You know.
So I don't really know, because I didn't grow up learning Ibibio. I just kind of grew up, I was born into it. So I don't know if it's gonna be hard for you to learn or easy.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be hard.
Well,
just because the dialect to me, and I'm sure other Americans can relate to this, just when you learn another language and getting the dialect, and I don't know, especially with the Ibibio, some of the sounds, they're not natural sounds to like the English American language, you know? Like, It's just, it's not, to me, it's not natural. Does that make sense?
Yes and no. I mean, if you look at like the English language, I mean, there are people out there who can't speak the English language, and they have to come in and learn the language. I'm sure it's not natural to them if it's not their
right, but it's
first
hard.
language.
Yeah.
And so I've heard.
Yeah.
You see,
well, and I've heard English is the hardest language to learn.
It is. That's what
Nadia speaks 5 languages, and she said English was by far the hardest one because we have a lot of ways of saying things and like double negatives and stuff like that.
Right. I've had conversations where I've spoken like 4 languages in one freaking sentence.
Yeah. He has. It's crazy.
And
so it's very
it's
like
just
interesting
the way,
to hear.
you know, Pidgin English, Yoruba, Akwa Ibom, well, Ibibio.
I still don't know how you say, when you greet people, you don't really say like a hello. Like you say, madame, like, but I feel like it's just like a hello. It's not like, it's not a Ibibio. It's English. Hello.
No, I mean,
hello, madame, is what you usually say.
That's hello. Hello is hello. That's an English word. But just like I said earlier, you could have sentences. You could have a conversation with someone and speak 4 different languages in that conversation, whereas with us, we only speak English.
Yeah.
But if I'm talking to, let's say, family or friends in Nigeria, we could literally have a phone conversation using 4 different languages.
Yeah.
From proper English, Pidgin English, Ibibio, depending on who I'm talking to, and Yoruba. So that's 4 different languages, dialects.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's really fun, to be honest with you. Like,
it's really fun to listen.
It's really fun to listen. It's really fun to just. The best way to learn any language is you have to immerse yourself in that culture. Yeah. Like there's no amount of books or audio tapes that you can read or listen to that you'll be able to capture and learn the language faster than if you're there. Yeah. So that is why it's important going to Nigeria, where you are in the element, you are within that cultural umbrella, to where they're not gonna speak. Like if we were to go to the village, there maybe 1% of the people will be able to speak English with you. Most of them will speak Ibibio with you, or maybe Pidgin English. Yeah. You know, but that's really easy. It's just English broken into bits and pieces. Yeah. But on the topic of language, which is what this video is about, I want you to lead with just. First of all, let me start with like the basics, right? This is just what you would need to know. You wake up every morning, like we wake up in the morning with Jeanette. What do we always say? Good morning, Jeanette. Yeah. And we have her repeat. Good morning, Daddy. Good morning, Mommy. That's just standard. So, good morning in Ibibio is Amisire. So say it.
I need to hear it.
You need to have something to write with. You need a notepad and a pen. But no, it's Amisire.
Say it slower.
Ame.
Sire.
Yes.
Sire.
Yeah.
Sire.
Sire. That's good morning. Now, how do you respond back? So if you say Sire to me.
Sire.
Sire Nde.
So why do you add the Nde?
That is just like good morning back. Like it's like saying, good morning, Kate. Hey, good morning, Rich. So instead of saying Sire back, we put the Nde, Sire Nde. Or you can just say, Sire. Say Sire. Say.
Sire.
Sire. So when you see someone in the morning or they see you, they're gonna say, Sire or Kate, Sire, something like that, or just Sire, and then you say Sire Nde.
Sire Nde.
Yes. Now, how do you say good night? Very similar to Sire. Good night is, golly, that skipped my mind there. Good night. Good night is, hold on. Okay, Asiro.
Oh, so it's almost the same.
Yes.
Assyria.
So you remove the
Assyria,
amesir, you remove the messier to asiero.
Assyrio. Assyrio.
No, not Assyria. Asiero. Asiero. Just say it. Just
Say
try
it slower.
A.
A.
Siere.
Sire. Do.
No, just asiero. So that's if you
Oh,
if you're
asiero.
wishing someone good night or I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Asiero.
It's so hard.
No, it's not.
Assyrio. Assyrio. It sounds like an O at the end. You're not having an O at the end?
Well,
Assyrio.
It's just a draw at the end. Asiero. Or you can just say asiero. It depends on where you go in Nigeria. Like there's just not Nigeria, in Akwa Ibom state, there's just so many dialects to the Ibibio language.
Yeah.
Like the people from where I'm from, we pronounce things a certain way. Then you might go to the village next to your village and they might pronounce things a certain way, but the language is still the same.
Right.
Like I speak Ibibio more like someone who didn't live there, but I just know the language. Maybe it's just from my lineage.
Yeah.
But if I were to live in Akwa Ibom state in the village, my dialect would be much different than
Right.
someone who's traveled
Right.
overseas and lived in the cities and lived in the
Right.
cities his entire life.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so it's Assyria. Assyria
there you go.
is good morning. Assyria.
No. Amesiri.
Amasiri.
Yeah.
Amasiri.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write this down for you to start reading. Like I think when you see it, when you see the words, you'll be able to connect
Yeah.
the pronunciation.
Yeah.
So Amesiri.
Amasiri.
There you go.
Amasiri.
Amesirinde.
Amasiri and
Okay. So when you wake up in the morning, instead of you greeting me, good morning, babe, you just say, I'm a cereal.
Amasirio.
No, I'm a cereal.
Amasirio. Amasirio.
No, I'm a
Ame.
Siri.
Siri.
Yeah, that's good morning.
Amasiri.
And we've been on good morning for like 5 minutes.
No,
So,
we have not.
I'm a Siri.
Amasiri.
I'm a Sirindi.
Amasiri ende.
Okay. Now, how do you say good night?
Asirio.
There you go.
Asirio.
No, not Assyria. You gotta be able to
Assyria.
add you gotta be able to add the tonation to it. Assyria. Like I'm not a perfect Ibibio speaker. Like I'm not. Like I speak just enough to get by. Like I understand it. I speak it obviously. I can't write it. And I can't necessarily read it. Like if I were to see it on paper, it's just gonna be hard for me to read the language, but I can speak and I understand it. So one more time. Good morning is what? Just take your time.
Amasiri.
There you go.
Amasiri.
There you go. Good night. Remove the me.
Asirio.
There you go. Asiero.
Asirio.
Add that O at the end. Asiero.
Asirio.
Good morning.
Amasiri.
Beautiful. And what is good night?
Asirio.
Asiero. And the more you say it and people say it to you, you'll be able to catch how they're saying it.
Yeah.
And you just apply it to to how you talk.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. Like you're not ever gonna be able to speak it like I do. Just like I can't speak English like you do. You know?
You do too. He
But
speaks
you know what I
English
mean.
like
Like I can't speak it with a Minnesota twang or Minnesota accent like you do. But the goal is just to get the general basics. Like we don't want you to be perfect. We don't want you to be fluent. We just want you to just
I
be
would
able
like to eventually be fluent.
Eventually, but you're not there yet. But
Well, no.
fluency is not the goal here. The goal here is just for you to just understand. Like when someone says, "I miss you," you know what they mean.
Yeah.
And then you ever say, "I miss you,"
Masiriende.
and then good night.
Asirio.
Asiero. And then they'll get it. Like when they hear that, like, even the thing about it is like they don't even start teaching you. Like this is how you say it, or use this tone and use that tone.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
Next,
I like that about other cultures.
Yeah.
That they like if you try, they appreciate the effort,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is great. Most people are really good about At least you're giving
it's,
effort.
It's fun.
You know?
It's actually, before we go any further, this cigar that I'm smoking is I'm not promoting Christoph by any means, but the name is a Christoph Connecticut. So when I went to the cigar shop today, they didn't have my brand. They didn't have the Edge Light Toro that I normally smoke. So I told them to just recommend something that's fun, that's enjoyable, that's light. And I gotta say, if you are a cigar smoker and you're watching this, give the Christoph Connecticut a shot. But my brand, the one I like to smoke the most, is the Edge Light Toro from Rocky Patel. And obviously, my beer of choice is Stella Artois. What are you drinking, babe?
I'm drinking.
Get the bottle. Show the
I'm
bottle.
drinking Sheep Thrills. One of my favorites. Go to nice Italian wine. A reasonable price.
Show the logo. Point the logo. Right here. So I discovered this Sheep Thrills for Kate.
Nice red blend.
And she loves it.
Yeah. It's a go-to.
Yeah.
Okay, how do I say hello, how are you?
There you go. So the basics. So we've knocked out good morning. We've talked about good night. I don't know if I know what good afternoon is. What's good afternoon? If you're on Akwa Ibom watching this and you know good afternoon, share it in the comments. Hello. Now, hello is one of those words, greetings, that there's just so many words that you can use.
Right. Kind of like, I feel like that's in every
it's like
language.
it's like the US. You have hey, hi, hello.
Right. I just want a basic hello.
So a basic hello is Abadie.
Abadie. I've heard you say that.
Yes.
Abadie.
So Abadie is just like, how are you? Hello. Abadie.
Abadie.
Another word. Idemfo.
Idemfo.
How are you?
I've heard you say that.
You've heard me say that too. Yeah. So when I'm talking to someone in Nigeria and I say Abadie or Idemfo, it just means same thing. Hello. How are you? We don't have a hi, like that one word greeting.
Yeah.
It's Abadie Idemfo. So you just.
So do you say them together?
No. That's like Abadie Idemfo is like saying how are you? How are you?
Oh.
No,
okay.
you don't say that. You pick one.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So
Abadie.
I like to. It depends on who I'm talking to. Like if I'm talking to.
Is one more formal than the other?
Not really.
No.
You could usually, it's just a choice. You pick whichever one that rolls off the tongue at that moment.
So it's kind of like, hey, what's up? Versus like, hello, how are you? Kind of like thing. Jeanette's really into what's up lately. Hey, mommy, what's up?
So like when I call my mom.
Yeah.
I'll use Abadie.
Abadie.
But Mbobadie. Mbobadie means how are things? How's everything?
Yeah.
Then how do you say, this is how to say, not bad. Idioko.
Idioko.
So, say Abadie.
Abadie.
Idioko.
Idioko.
Dioko.
Idioko.
Not ko. Idioko.
Ka.
Idioko, like all, like oil, like all. So, idioko.
Idiaka.
No, that's you saying idiaka.
Idiako.
Idioko.
I don't hear a difference.
So, Mbobadie. What do you say? You just said it. It's also an I.
But you didn't say that.
Okay.
You added something in the front.
I added I added the Mbobadie, like how
so it threw me off.
Yeah. So, Mbobadie, idioko.
Abadie.
Mbobadie.
What do you say?
Mbo is like things, like how are things? How's...
Okay, but how do I say that?
You just say it, just like I said it. Mbobadie.
No. Go slower.
Like American. Bo. Come on, you can do it.
Bo.
Bo. Like king. Bo. KPO. Bo.
Ba.
Mbo.
Ba.
Baby, you're saying mba. Mbo. It's too hard.
Mbo.
So let's just stick with the abadi.
Abadie.
Idioko.
Idioko.
Okay.
Idioko.
So, Kate, abadi.
Idioko.
There you go. So, ask me.
Umbake.
No. Abadi.
Abadie.
Idioko. I'm going to write all this down for you. So, abadi. Idioko.
Abadie. Idioko.
Mm-hmm. You're not going to say it to yourself. You're going to allow the other person to tell you that things are good.
Okay, wait. So it's Mbadie,
How are you?
and then you reply,
Idioko. I'm good.
and then
Things
you
are
would
good.
say,
And then
no.
And then I would say,
no. Start again.
what about
Mbake.
abadi?
Abadie.
Idioko.
Abadie.
You're asking me how am I doing?
Yes, no. Just reply. Abadie.
Idioko.
Abadie.
Idioko.
Abadie.
Idioko. Don't try to put the American twist to it. Just speak the native language.
I'm trying.
Okay.
Abadie.
Yeah. It's like, for instance, let me give you an example. Mandarin. I've been in China a couple of times. Ni hao in Mandarin is hello.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to sit and put the American version, ni hao, or you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to make it my own. Just speak the native language with your accent. Ni hao, hello. Same with abadi, just say
Abadie.
yes. Abadi, and
Abadie.
leave it at that. There you go. So don't put the American spin on it. Just say abadi.
Abadie.
Idioko.
Right. See, this is what I was trying to do. I'm trying to get it ingrained. And I'm listening to you so that when you say Abadie to me, then I say Idioko.
Let's do this. Just follow my lead, okay? Don't try in this session. Don't try to get it ingrained. Like don't try to memorize it. Just have fun with it. Just say it. The more you listen to me speak, just pay attention and try and connect the dots. Obviously, I was speaking a lot more at home now with Jeanette. So right now, don't try to memorize. Just have fun. Just saying it. It's really fun. It's a really fun language, and I think like once you
And I want to know it.
yeah, and you will. But you are so Kate. What's your profession? Kate's a teacher.
I'm a
so
teacher.
memorizing is part of her sort of like.
It's how you learn.
It's how you.
But it's not memorizing. I always tell my students it's never about memorizing, it's about learning. Because when you memorize something, you're not learning it. You're memorizing it for a moment in time, for a test, for something. Whereas if you learn it, it's ingrained in your brain. So I'm trying to learn it, and the best way to learn something is to repeat. So I tell my students all the time, if you're going, I teach math. So the best way to learn math is to practice. You try, you write it down, and you have to write it down, and you have to write it down. Writing it down and speaking over and over again is how you learn something, not how you memorize something. You want to learn it.
Right. I get that, and I think it's important. But for this, this is the most you and I, since we've been together, we've had this conversation. I thought it was a good idea.
But I've tried
to have it on video.
But sometimes I'll ask you how to say things, and you're just like, nah. I feel like you have kind of withheld from me.
No, I don't think. Why would I want to?
Maybe withheld is a wrong word.
Maybe it just kind of depends on what I was doing at the time. Like if I am in the middle of something or I have to go, I don't really necessarily want to sit and teach
That's not what I'm telling
you the language. But in a relaxed atmosphere like this, it's easy for me to show you and teach you. But what I'm trying to tell you is, because this is technically our first Ibibio language session, I want you I'm the teacher now, as the student, and I have my own, just like how you have your own way of teaching in school. For this particular session, just don't try to memorize. Don't try to have it ingrained. Just have fun.
Have you ever heard the phrase that teachers make the worst students?
I've never heard. Is it true?
Because we try to take control of things.
So don't take control. So we haven't learned, but we've taught. Okay, I'm not even. If I were to go back right now and ask you to tell me, say good morning in Ibibio, you wouldn't know.
Hang on.
Or would you?
I'm a city.
There you go.
I knew I'd get it.
I'm a city. There you go now. What about good night?
A cereal.
There you go. Good job. Okay. Now, what about hello? Starts with an A.
A city.
No. Asiro is good night. Hello is abadie.
Abadie. Abadie. That's right. I just said it 100 times.
And then
Abadie.
Idioko
Idioko.
is
I'm fine.
you're fine.
I'm good.
I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good.
I'm fine.
Okay. Now, what's another word that sticks out to you that you want to?
I want to know I love you.
That's a good one. Now, I never grew up, I didn't really grow up hearing those words, love. Like, love isn't really, and I don't speak for everybody, I can only speak for my upbringing. I didn't grow up hearing about love in the household. So love is one of those words that isn't often spoken in the Nigerian household. Unlike here, in the Western world, I mean, with each other and with our daughter Jeanette, like love is a constant theme in this house. We tell each other we love each other every day, as frequently as possible.
I can definitely see, like, because I say it way more than you do.
To
everybody. Like, I feel like I just say it all the time. Like, to everybody.
Well, I'm not really counting, but...
No. Like, I mean, when I talk to my family versus, like, when you...
There
like,
you go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I feel like I say it to more people, I feel like I say it more often. Like, I even say it to my friends.
Yeah.
That...
But that's the American culture.
Yeah.
You say you love each other all the time. You kiss each other and hug all the time. I mean, we do that in our household and in our family. Like I said, because I didn't really grow up with a lot of quote unquote love. It's very important for me. Like, I love it. Like, I love making it a theme of our home.
Yeah.
So, the word love is ima. It's like Ima, but you don't really, I don't know how to say it in a sentence, like how a man tells a woman he loves her in Ibibio. Because I've never said those words.
In Ibibio.
In Ibibio. to anybody. And they've never said it to me. So that's what I don't know. Like, I don't know, but I know that the word love is Ima. So, Ima, no, meaning if you have love and affection for someone. So, Ima, but I don't know how to say it in like how we say I love you in English. I can't say, well, I guess I can say mumao, mumambo. That kind of means I like you a lot.
Mumambo.
Muma.
Muma?
Yes, muma.
Muma.
Yeah. But that's a very good question. We can cover that. That's like an entire episode. We can cover that at another episode. But if I were to, like, let's say if you're a Nigerian, I like, oh, mumao. I mean, Nigerian love is different. Like, we show it with touches and hugs and kisses. Like, it's not really a verbal thing. It's more of a feeling. Mm-hmm. Okay. Next question that I can answer. This cigar's really good.
Good. What else do we say every day?
So we have the good morning, we have the good night, we have...
What about, like, where is something?
Okay, so let's, what do we do? Come here.
Okay, come here. That's
Okay.
a good one.
So, come here in Ibibio is Dimi.
Dimi.
D-M-I-M.
Dimi. Wait,
Sorry, D-I-M-I.
Yeah, okay. Dimi.
Dimi, yes.
Dimi.
So, if you were to say Jeanette, for instance, hey, Jeanette, Dimi say.
Dimi say.
It's like, come here a second.
Okay.
Okay.
So would you say Jeanette Dime say, or would you say Dime say Jeanette?
No. It depends. Like
Okay.
if I want her to come here right now, I would just say, hey, Jeanette, Dimi.
Dimi. Okay.
Suktiemi. Suktiemi means sit here.
Suktieme.
Suktie.
Suktie.
Dimi de suktie.
Dimi suktie.
Yes. There you go. Come here and sit. Sit down. Or you can say, Dimi de suktie kukudmi. That means Dimi de suktie kukudmi means come here and sit on my lap.
Okay. That was a lot.
Yes. But let's just break it down. Dimi means come.
Dimi. So I could say Dimi to Jeanette.
You could say Dimi to Jeanette.
Dimi.
And then go is ka.
Ka.
K-A.
K. Ka. Ka.
I make you ka. Yeah, ka.
Wait, what did you just say?
I make you ka now, meaning you can go. You can go now. I think this is a good start. I think we should keep this up. If you guys are interested in more conversations about...
What do you think I should learn to say? That's what I would like to know. Like if you go back and travel, or even that doesn't even need to necessarily be a BBO. What are phrases that you need to know when just traveling abroad? What are some basic
Well, abroad
phrases?
to Nigeria?
Well, I mean, really anywhere, because really, no matter where you go, there's certain phrases that you need to know. I've only traveled outside of the U.S. once, so I've been to Japan one time,
Right.
and it was to actually work English camp, so I didn't really get to speak or learn a lot of Japanese. But like, I feel like no matter where you go, there are certain phrases that you should always kind of know how to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, where's the bathroom? Where's the train station? Like,
right.
I mean, that might not necessarily.
Right.
Everything might not relate to going to Nigeria, but I feel like there's like always.
Right.
So, what do you guys think? What are some phrases that
Right.
you should know?
I mean, I think that's a good question.
Yeah.
But we will continue this conversation, and we will try to integrate it as much as possible as we continue to release new episodes for you guys, chronicling our lives as a small family living in the United States. Me being from Nigeria originally, and with the ultimate goal of spending 50% of the time in Nigeria and 50% of the time here in the US. That's our retirement objective. So, but I wouldn't stress. I mean, you're gonna pick this up. Like once you start traveling to Akwa Ibom State more and more, and just you learn just naturally being in that part of the world. So I think this is a good start for you. We'll just keep it up, and I will do my very best to make sure that I'm consistent with speaking Ibibio to Jeanette outside of my conversation with family and friends in Nigeria. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's wrap up. Let's tell people to subscribe. I mean, subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe, comment,
Share.
richardbearcat.com.
Questions, richardbearcat.com. Ask questions. We'd be happy to touch on any topic that you want to learn about, I guess. So that's it. So with that said, I guess everyone have a great week.
Yeah, enjoy.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Take care.